SciTube is an initiative to make learning psychology interesting, exciting, and easier. SciTube promotes learning psychology through the relevant original experiments that resulted in the theories. The videos also sensitize the learners about the relevance of the theories in contemporary times. Concept: biological perspective. Experimental setup: Hubel and Wiesel's visual perception experiments. The neural basis of visual perception experiments were conducted by David Hubel and Torsten Wiesel between 1959 and the early 1960s, primarily at Harvard Medical School. These studies later earned them the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1981. The purpose of the experiments was to understand how the brain processes visual information, specifically how neurons in the visual cortex respond to visual stimuli. The motive was rooted in the biological perspective, to demonstrate that perception is not passive but is shaped by specialized neural mechanisms in the brain. Hubel and Wiesel focused on the primary visual cortex, V1, an area responsible for interpreting signals received from the eyes. Action in the experiment. The experiments were conducted using cats and monkeys. Microelectrodes were inserted into individual neurons in the visual cortex, while the animals were shown simple visual stimuli, such as lines, edges, bars, and moving patterns. As different images were projected onto a screen, the researchers recorded neural activity. They noticed that neurons did not respond equally to all stimuli. Instead, each neuron reacted selectively. Some responded best to vertical lines, others to horizontal or angled edges, and some only to moving stimuli. They also studied the effects of visual deprivation, temporarily closing one eye during early development to observe changes in neural organization. Prime observations and conclusions. Hubel and Wiesel made several groundbreaking discoveries. Visual neurons are highly specialized. The visual cortex is organized into feature detectors. There are simple cells, complex cells, and hypercomplex cells. Early visual experience is crucial for normal brain development. They concluded that vision is biologically structured, with specific brain cells responsible for detecting basic visual features. Importantly, they demonstrated the existence of critical periods, during which sensory experience is essential for proper neural wiring. Inferences and contemporary relevance. The impact of Hubel and Wiesel's work extends far beyond vision research. Today, their findings influence neuroscience and brain imaging, treatment of visual disorders like amblyopia, developmental psychology, artificial intelligence and computer vision, neural plasticity research, core insight. Perception is constructed by the brain through biologically specialized neural systems. Their research firmly established that the brain is not a blank slate but an organized biological system, shaped by both genetics and experience. The experiments remain foundational in understanding how the brain interprets the world, and how early experience can permanently shape perception. If you think the video made learning psychology easier, like, comment, share, and subscribe.